Good morning. Good morning. Come on in and say hello. Good morning, Rashawn. How was your workout this morning? Give me a little thumbs up if you can hear me okay. You did a walk also? Look at you. Look at you. Good job. I'm not walking anywhere this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in and say hello. Good morning. Tell me where you're from if you're live streaming with us this morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'll tell you guys in a little bit what we got going on today, what we're going to do today. We'll be live for about 45 minutes maybe, give or take. Good morning. Good morning. Had to spray some bug spray on this morning. I got ate up by mosquitoes the other day. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in and say good morning. Say hello. If you're in the live stream, give me a thumbs up, please. Oh, you did do a walk. 0.72 miles. Look at you. Good morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. All right. We're actually not going to start on this side of the garden this morning, but this is where I set up, so this is where I do my beginning talking. Good morning. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining the live stream. Make sure you come on in, hit subscribe, like, and follow. Today, I'm just going to show you Today I'm just going to show you some new things that we have in the garden, some new things we're going to do in the garden in terms of enhancements for my garden, what it looks like now. I'm going to harvest along the way. I had set up a few stations for myself to sit my device so that you could see me all around. So there's a few new things that we've done. Might seem minor to a lot of people, but it's pretty major to me. So let's just get started this morning. Again, thank you all for joining me this morning. Waking up super early because it is very early for a lot of people. So a few things that we're going to do today. I'm going to harvest along the way, but that's not going to be my priority. I have the water hose going because as I'm doing things today. Good morning, Kim. How are you? Are you out in your garden this morning too? So a few things I'm going to show you this morning is what we did over the weekend. I had a visitor. My dad was here. So what we're going to do this morning is show you a little bit of things that my dad did. And I'm going to start by raising the camera a little bit just so you can see. So I have this tree that's behind our shed, and they got up on top and they trimmed it because if you look down, it's right over the garden and right over this corner section where this tomato plant is. So now it gets more full sun because they trimmed out a lot of the leaves and the things on the side. So that's one new thing from this morning. Kim, you're not up yet water? It's going to be a hot one today in New Jersey. So because it's so hot, make sure you deep water this morning. And when I say deep water, here's a trick that I do that maybe you want to do. Good morning for all of you joining. Here's a tip for deep watering, right? So you have your watering hose nozzle. Hopefully you put it on shower, right? You put it on shower and you hold it to the root of the plant or along the base area. What I do is I do a 10 count. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kind of like count on from Sesame Street. And I do deep watering just to make sure that there's enough water at the base of the plants just so that the heat won't shock them to death. New Jersey doesn't know what hot is. Tell them where you're from, Rashawn. Just because it gets hotter where you are doesn't mean that it's not hot to us. It's hot to us, right, Kim? It's very hot. So just this morning, I'm out here in shorts and a short sleeve shirt, but it's like hot out here already. And I feel like I'm about to start sweating soon. So I talked about the tree behind me that they trimmed out the leaves, eventually going to trim it out some more. I actually hope they cut that tree down one day, but uh, I don't think we are because it is a tiny bit of shade in the backyard. Yeah, it was 100 degrees yesterday. It's going to be hotter today. So let me just show you a little bit of something else that we did in the garden yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but over the weekend. And I'm gonna take you behind, over here behind. Actually, I don't even have to take, yeah, I'm gonna take you behind. I'm gonna take you behind, take off my glove for a second. And when I take you behind, you're gonna see, it's my neighbor's yard. Down below, we put down some tarp and put down rocks to keep the weeds from coming down. So like, yeah, we have leaves that are gonna drop down, but it's much easier for me to control weeds behind this section of the garden with the tarp and rocks down. So not only did we do it here, I'll just bring you around. As you can see, the plants here. So we did it here. Walk very slow so that it doesn't cut out on you today. We're trying something new. So if anyone has any connection issues, just let me know. So you can see that we did it behind the garden enclosure too. I'll take you to the other side and let you see a little bit of that. So I'm taking you to the other side of the garden just to give you a better view of what's behind. And if you look back here, we also put down tarp and rocks behind, right? So the reason why we did that is because I wanted a weed barrier between my neighbor's yard and my yard. The weeds were starting to come on in over on my side. So the way to combat that was just to put down some tarp. And then as you can see on my garden enclosure, the wire is you can't really, you see that bees can't really go in there because the holes are so small. So one of the things that we're planning on doing next is to take down the sides of it. And when we take down the sides of it, you can see that we have some chicken wire out here. We're gonna replace the sides, at least just the sides, with chicken wire on both sides. But one thing that we have going on this side, as you can see, you all know that I have green beans on the inside. Well, look, they're starting to grow on the outside. So I'm gonna let it go as far as I can. I'm gonna see how far it's gonna go, kind of like a little experiment. And I'm going to pretty much just let them grow out, see if we can get any green beans. If we look in here, it looks like, you see here, we're gonna have some buds and everything pretty soon. So maybe they'll grow outside too. And yeah, so those are some new things that we have going on in the garden. I'm gonna turn you over here. I'm gonna go very slow because I do know that it freezes on you guys. And what we did was we completely stripped the bottom of the tomato plant. So now we have the top. It has a lot of green tomatoes here. And I'll pick the orange ones down below. Another thing that we did was we started fertilizing and helping this cucumber plant. I didn't expect it to grow. Kim says she didn't expect it to grow on the outside of the enclosure. Me neither, okay? So we've been fertilizing this cucumber plant here. And now that I've pretty much trimmed back the zucchini plant here, if you look here, I'm starting to guide it to go upward, and it's grabbing onto the strings. Oh, look, we got a bee here, which we like bees. Even on this side, I'm guiding it up. And eventually, once I figure out which plants are the strongest and I trace them back to the root, I'm gonna thin them out. So good morning, everybody. If you're here joining us this morning, come on in, say hello, subscribe to the channel. And over here, I started moving the plants, the flowers, the basil, everything up against the house. And I'll just show you one of them that I like to hang. These are pansies, and they are coming in here and they're actually blooming now. So that's one of the things that I'm pretty excited about this morning in the garden. So that's what's new so far. I'm gonna come in and let me just switch you back. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna just start doing some work in the garden this morning. Tell me a little bit about your garden and what you got going on, and I'll tell you a little bit about my garden. Feel free to ask me any questions along the way. Let me just do this. Ask me any questions along the way about my garden. Tell me a little bit about your garden. Kim, what do you have growing inside of your garden? Are your watermelons ready yet? Because I know you have a bunch of watermelons in your garden. So yeah, one of the things I'm gonna do is I have 2 zucchini I'm gonna harvest. It's kind of almost a sad day. It's almost time for me to bring out the zucchini plant, the really large ones. Yes, your watermelon's almost ready. Can I have one? So we're gonna trim out 2 of the zucchini. We'll harvest it. And then I'm gonna go in because I have a lot of jalapeno peppers, some tomatoes, and then on the inside of the enclosure, I have to tie up a bit of at least 3. Good for you. Congratulations. We're gonna go in and into the enclosure, I have to tie up some of the pepper plants, and I have an idea. My idea is to prune the bottom, like take off all the leaves of those pepper plants because it's super duper bushy. Matter of fact, let me show you that now. It's super duper bushy, and I'm a little concerned about airflow for those pepper plants. So the reason why I'm concerned about airflow is because they're so full. I never actually expected or experienced. Kim, just so you know, watermelon is one of my brother's favorite things. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys. In here, it no longer looks like a thrown enclosure. We cleaned it out. So you can see the bottom here. We put rocks in here too. It looks much more clean. But look at these pepper plants. They have bushed out so much that I have to prune them to even just get behind and weed it. It's like, it looks like a crazy pepper forest in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim the bottom of the pepper plants, just take the leaves off the bottom and go in to each pepper plant because there's a bunch of them in here, and just trim the bottoms of it. I don't know what else to do. Even like the stalks are like so thick. Like look at this one, for example. It's growing much taller than I thought it was gonna be. And I have to like use Velcro and like tie it to the stake that I have in here. It's just, I just didn't expect. If we look in here, it'll start to fruit pretty soon. I just didn't expect for, look at all of this. Like, why? I mean, I'm happy that they're healthy, but I didn't even like fertilize them to the max with like nitrogen. I used a lot of phosphorus and potassium in here with the fertilizers, and it's just like growing wild. Kim says that she likes watermelon too. At least she has 6 more growing. Oh my God, that's a lot. Congratulations. So I'm gonna trim back, and I'm actually gonna do a test. So I was looking at stuff online. Some of them I'm gonna leave bushy, and then some of them I'm gonna prune to see the difference between a pruned pepper plant and a not pruned pepper plant. I also need to come in here. I've already, from these green beans on the inside, I've already harvested about 1.5 quarts of green beans. I'm gonna blanch them and throw them in the freezer, or just go ahead and cook some. But one of the things that I also have to do this morning while I have you, Erin says save her one, Kim. Erin, make sure you come in, drop a like. I know you're subscribed already. So one of the things that we could do this morning before I even start harvesting, let me just turn this around so that I can see you guys. If you drop any questions. Erin, how's your garden doing? Did you go out and water this morning? So one of the things that I do, and you guys know that I'm trying to come back and help my rose bushes on the backside bloom out a little bit. Um, I'm going to, so I've been watering this one since we've been out here. But I'm going to, as I said earlier, go in and deep water these strawberry plants. It was like a few days that we didn't come out in water. And the few days that we didn't come out in water, they reacted very badly. So the bottom of them started wilting, and they were like laying down, like help me a whole lot. Come on in and say hello. Oh, you see some sprouts? Good for you. Sprouts where? My sound is cutting out? What about now? It's probably because I have this water hose back here. So, just for the sake of you guys hearing me, I'm going to sit this down. I'm going to water on this side, and I'm going to go harvest. Perfect, thank you. I'm going to go harvest on the other side. So, I'm deep watering the strawberries on that other side. And one of the things that I want to do this morning, the cucumbers. Oh, I know you're excited. Just make sure you keep an eye on the cucumbers. So Erin says that her cucumbers are sprouting. It's very, very good. Sit this down here, actually, just because. Sit this down here. All right. Where are my shears? My shears are over there, but I'm just gonna grab the scissors for now. So I have a lot of green beans that I need to harvest on both plants, but I saw them out here yesterday. Before I even start cutting, let me just show you, right? So for my green beans, and you really don't realize it until you go in and you take a look for yourself, but check this out. Can you see all the green beans in there that I have to get? And it's like you have to move all the leaves back to really like see them. And you don't, the more you harvest, right? The more you harvest, the more they'll come in and grow some more. So that's one of the things that I'm going to do this morning is harvest some green beans. I have a lot of jalapenos I need to harvest as well. So yeah, I left my shears over there, but I have some scissors here, so I could do that. Use the scissors instead. But yeah, Kim, have you harvested anything out of your garden yet? Anybody that's in the stream, have you harvested anything in your garden? Make sure you come in, good morning, and say hello. So, a little handful here. Try to get as many as I can, because like I said, the more you harvest, the more things will come in. I also don't want to harvest the green beans that are too small. Make sure I give them enough time to get a little bit bigger. My watch is just waking up. It says, good morning, Chastity. Good morning, watch. So come in here, grab some of these. This one's not ready. What I did also was over the weekend, I made some zucchini bread out of, oh no. My device decided that it didn't want to hold it anymore. But luckily for me, I have another one out here. So yeah, I made some zucchini bread this weekend. That one zucchini was enough to make 2 of them. And I gave one to my dad to take home because he loved it. He says that he's going to eat it with spaghetti. So we'll see how that goes. Apologies this morning. Just got to fix up my little device here. Perfect. Okay. So we're back in action. I don't know what happened to my other gimbal. Sean, note to self or note to Kim, you got tomatoes and basil? I have to trim my basil. So I harvested a lot of the Roma tomatoes and a lot of the slicer tomatoes. And my plan is this weekend to make some pasta sauce. So we'll see how it goes. I have the basil, I have the bell pepper that I harvested, I have the tomatoes for sure. And I'm just gonna go in and make some pasta sauce and see if it's enough to possibly can. So make sure if you're in the stream this morning, you make sure you come in and say hello so I know you're there. All right. So one of the other things, matter of fact, while I'm over here, I might as well get the shears. I had to, oh, you have so much you're gonna make pesto? That's what's up. I love pesto. So one of the things that I need to capture this morning is I need to go in and grab out this zucchini. So turn it so you can see. So the zucchini that I have, this, I think a squirrel was trying to eat it, but I'm gonna get it before it does. So got another zucchini here, and I know I have one on this side. So we got 2 zucchini this morning, pretty big, decent size. Make sure you come right on in and say hello, good morning everyone. Thank you all for waking up this morning. So I have 2 zucchini. Aaron says save her some pesto, Kim. So 2 big zucchini. We got green beans out this morning. I'm not gonna trim my basil yet. I'm just gonna make sure it does not, I'm gonna make sure that the basil doesn't flower, because then it'll taste like very woody. So got some green beans, we got some zucchini. I'm gonna come in here and grab some of these jalapenos. Bottom. This one's not ready. Grab jalapenos here. One back here. Try not to step on my plants. Really big one here. So got about 5 or 6 jalapenos in here. So for this, it seems like the more I cut, the more I get. So the more it's proof that the more you harvest, the more your plants will fruit. Don't want to forget to come in here and to grab the rest of these green beans if they're ready. Okay. So one of the things that I almost forget about, but I try not to, is that there's a ornamental Thai hot pepper plant. Now, I'm not really sure what ornamental is supposed to mean, but if anybody else knows, let me know. Can I eat these peppers? It says ornamental, so is it supposed to be for decoration? If that's the case, I didn't mean to buy something for decoration, but it has a lot of little tiny red peppers on it. While I'm in here, see, this is what happens when you pull back leaves. You start to see other things that you need to harvest. So I have another green bean plant in the back, and it has quite a few green peppers on it. Not green peppers, green beans on it. I'm gonna harvest those out since I see them, just to help it produce more green beans. I didn't see these over on the backside. Makes me think there's some more. Is there any on this backside? Oh no. This one is actually climbing up. A part of one is climbing up my tomato bush here. Didn't know that was happening. I'm gonna leave it though. Can't be any harm. And one of the things I'm pretty happy about also is that my okra plant has like little buds. Kim, does your okra plant have buds on it? So let me just bring you in and show you the okra plants. These are the ones where I toss seed in a pot and then I eventually just you said somebody help me. I don't know if we could eat those, but you can see in here the okra buds. They're on this one.